I want to tell you about the single highest level habit change I've seen in the agents I work with. It's a 5-minute phone call made before an offer is written. Agents who make this call consistently win more offers, lose fewer deals, and have almost no financing surprises at closing. Agents who don't are operating blind. Here's how the typical offer process works for most agents. Buyer finds a property, agent and buyer talk about price and terms, agent writes the offer gets submitted, then the agent calls the lender to say, "We're under contract, can you get moving on the file?" You see, that sequence has a problem. The financing structure, the down payment amount, the close timeline, the presence or absence of a seller concession is decided without any input from the person who has to execute it. And sometimes the structure the agent chose isn't optimal. The buyer who qualifies better at a different down payment, the timeline proposed is 2 days faster than realistically achievable, there's a concession opportunity that wasn't included that would have materially helped the buyer. All of that is discoverable in 5 minutes before the offer. After the offer, it's much harder to fix. Here's what the pre-offer call covers. 5 things in 5 minutes. First, confirm the buyer's qualification for this specific property at this price and down payment. Pre-approval is a maximum. The offer terms need to confirm this specific deal still works. Second, nail down the close timeline. What's realistic? If the seller needs 30 days and I know this file has a complexity that needs 35, you need to know that before you commit to 30 in the contract. The third is discuss seller concessions. Is there room to ask for a concession towards closing cost or a rate buydown? How does that affect the offer's attractiveness versus a cleaner offer at a slightly lower price? I have the math and can run those numbers. Fourth, flag any property-specific issues. Condo, I'll tell you if there's a warrantability concern before you're under contract. Rural property, let's confirm eligibility up front. These things come up, early is always better. Fifth is lock the communication channel. You know you can reach me. I know the deal is moving. If the listing agent wants to verify financing, they can call me directly. 5 things, 5 minutes, every offer. So 2 cases. 1, we're skipping the call cost the agent dearly. 1, we're making the deal. First case, agent submits with a 21-day close. Strong buyer, straightforward file on paper, except the property was a non-warrantable condo. Nobody caught it until day 10 when the lender reviewed the HOA documents. By day 15, it was clear this loan couldn't close on this property under conventional financing. Also, the buyer didn't have the reserves for a non-warrantable program, and as a result, the deal fell apart at day 19. The seller was furious. A 5-minute call before the offer, "Hey, this is a condo, anything I should know," catches it on day 0. In the second case, the agent calls me before writing on a $485,000 property. During the call, I mentioned that at 5% down, the buyer's DTI is tight. At 7% down, it's comfortable. We also discussed asking for a $5,000 seller concession towards closing cost, allowing the buyer to preserve cash. Agent restructures the offer, accepted, closed on time, 0 financing issues. The mistake is thinking a pre-approval letter covers everything, when it doesn't. A pre-approval letter says this buyer qualifies up to this amount under general conditions. It doesn't say the specific property at this specific price with this specific timeline or closes without these issues. The only way to know that is to run specific deal by your lender before you commit to it in writing. I take calls before offers 7 days a week. This is what the deal desk is for. Use it. 1 habit change. That's all I'm asking. Before you write your next offer, call me. 5 minutes, tell me the address, the price, the terms you're thinking. I'll tell you if the file supports it, if there are any property flags, and if the structure could be improved. If you've never done this before, the first call will feel like a revelation. You'll realize how much information was available to you that you weren't accessing. Save my number in your phone right now, 720-248-6892. The agents I work with closest are the ones who treat this as a strategic partnership, not a closing service. If you want a lender who's available before the offer, during the deal, and on weekends, let's build that. You can text me at 720-248-6892 or go to teamaronheim.com.